And so my big idea that I wanted to share with you this week is that I really want us to be thinking about this shift from being a managing leader, okay, a person who's just taking care of what is and sustaining what is, to shifting into being a coaching leader. You've been hearing me talk about this a lot. And there's one specific thing that I want to bring up today to put on the front of your mind, which is that managing leaders are often thinking in a reactive sort of a way. They're reacting to the thing that's happening next. And I want us to shift from a reactionary mode to a responsive mode. I want us to shift into thinking multiple steps ahead. Because when we're thinking multiple steps ahead, that puts us in the position to be responding instead of reacting. And that's where we want to be as coaching leaders. If we get caught in that reactive cycle where we're having to just react to what's coming next instead of being able to see it coming down the line, we're always going to be at a deficit. And it's going to be a struggle for us to pull other people in and inspire them and motivate them and activate them, because we're always in reaction mode. And so what coaching leaders do is they recognize, I have a specific responsibility as a coaching leader to see 2 or 3 steps ahead, to be thinking about the future in a way that is unique to me, but that I want to call my team into. You're always going to be more effective as a leader if you can see 2 or 3 steps ahead. You don't want to be caught in the moment all of the time. You want to be able to know that moment's coming so you can be prepared when it gets there. Now, one of the tools that I want to give you today is what's called a 1-2-3 plan. And this is a really, really simple tool that you can use as a coach, a leader coach, to get ahead of these moments where you might in the past have gotten caught up being reactive. And so here's how it works. I want you to think about an area where you're facing a challenge, you're facing a dilemma, maybe something that's annoying you and driving you nuts. And what I want you to do is I want you to begin to think, what is the idealized outcome? What is the perfect outcome that I would like to see? And I'm using the word perfect loosely because nothing's really perfect, but the best version that you would like to see. What is that idealized outcome? So let's say it's about maybe someone who's showing up late, or maybe it's that you've got some conflict that's coming down the line and you're not sure what to do with it. What I want you to do is I want you to go, okay, here's my challenge that I have. Now I want to reverse that and go, what is the outcome that I want? By the way, this is something that a lot of leaders don't think about. They know what they don't want, but they don't clarify what they do want. So I want you to start with, what do you want, by reversing your problem. Flip it upside down and reverse it. Now, once you've reversed your idealized outcome, I want you to think in terms of a 1-2-3 plan. Now, there's something I just want to break for a second here. And I want to say, for some reason, our brains really attach on to this idea of 3 steps. And there's some science behind this, and I want to quickly share this with you. One reason why we attach on to hey, here's the steps, 1, 2, 3, is because there's our brain, and our brain has a cognitive load, an amount that it can carry information all at once. And then it has a working memory. So think of it here's this load that I can carry, but then I can only really actualize a couple of things at a time. That's my working memory. And so if you add too many steps, it messes with your working memory. If you add more than 3 or 4 steps, people start getting lost in the steps, So if you keep it to 3 steps, for some reason, we as humans recognize the pattern of 3 steps. So when you have it, it kind of follows a beginning, middle, end. First you do this, then you do this, and then you do that. And then that's how it works. So our brains are wired to find patterns. So when you put things into a 1, 2, 3, it creates a distinctiveness that creates balance. So instead of it being monotonous, or there's 4 steps, or there's 20 steps where I just get lost and they all start blending together, what happens is this cool cognitive, sorry, I'm moving my phone here so I can see my notes. There's a cognitive psychological impact here. It's called the von Rostorff effect, which basically means that items that are put together in a set, they are more easily remembered. So when you group things in 3, each element will still maintain its distinction, but it doesn't get lost. But if you have groupings of 20 steps, hey, here's how we want to do this, and it's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, people just get lost. So when you group these in groups of three, right? When you put them in groups of three, they don't lose their distinctiveness. It's still able to be remembered, right? So the other reason why we remember things in groups of three is because it activates the storytelling or narrative memory for our brains. Like our brains, we're discovering in brain research right now. Not, I actually do read some of this brain research. It's actually pretty interesting. But if I say the phrase life, liberty, and the pursuit of, you probably said happiness right there. And the reason why is, even though you learned that in like third or fourth grade, is because there's a narrative arc in that 1, 2, 3, right? There's something that we remember. This is why fairy tales are kind of set up like the Three Little Pigs, or speeches like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They often come in threes because it activates and leverages the brain's story retention bias. And that's something that we're wanting to do. We want to activate people's story part of their brain, because if you take an idea and you put it into a story, people are more likely to remember it. And that's what creates the fluency. That's what helps people to remember and process and take action on, because it feels memorable to them. Okay, let's step out of our steps of threes. I realize this video is getting long. What I want you to do is I want you to take your challenge. You're going to reframe your challenge into the ideal. What is the opportunity that you want to create? I have a problem. What do I want the solution to be in the perfect case scenario? I have that. Now what I want you to do is create a 1, 2, 3 plan. This is your homework. 1, 2, 3. What are the 3 steps that a person could take that would get you to the idealized outcome? I actually want you to write this down. Get a piece of paper, write 1, 2, 3, but start with that, like a box. Write a box and put in the idealized outcome for the challenge that you're facing. Now, once you do that, I want you to go execute it this week. Go try and take action on it. Is it a difficult conversation that you need to have? Is there a process or a system that you need to build? Put it into a 1, 2, 3 plan. Give those 3 steps names if you want to, right? Like, let's say you're dealing with a situation where you've got a person who is a good hard worker, but they keep showing up late. And so your idealized outcome is that they're going to start showing up on time. They're going to stop making excuses, and they're going to set an alarm so that they're not late to work, whatever that is. So my idealized outcome is that my team's all showing up on time so we can count on each other, so we don't feel like we're getting hung out to dry, or we're getting upset with this person who leaves us all hanging because we're not sure if they're going to show up or not. So now you're going to create that 1, 2, 3 plan, which is step 1. Let's take care of the fundamentals. Do you have an alarm clock? Do you have an alarm on your phone? Are you setting the alarm and giving yourself enough time or wiggle room in case you've got a flat tire, in case the bus doesn't show up on time, in case your dog barfs all over the floor? Like, let's get some margin in the fundamentals for you. That's step 1, the fundamentals. Are you doing the things to get to work on time? Step 2 is, are you communicating? Meaning, if something does go sideways, do you have a plan for communicating us? Because I want to let you know, communication for us is number 1. If you can't come on time, I at least need you to let me know so we can know what to expect and know how to take care of the problem, as opposed to just worrying that you're going to be a no-call, no-show. By the way, if you no-call, no-show, it's almost like a resignation for us at this point, right? So step 1 is, are you doing the fundamentals? Step 2 is, let's up our communication. And step 3 is, I want to really encourage you that we want to help support you, but we need you to change this pattern, right? Step 3 is, I want you to take some responsibility and recognize that we really value you here. You make a big difference, but we can't do for you what you need to do for yourself. So we're really asking you, take care of the fundamentals and really focus on increasing your communication. Those are our 3 steps to success, so we can get to here where we're a happy team that we can count on each other. Okay, that was a lot of information. However, I want you to try this week. The 1, 2, 3 plan. Coaches get ahead of challenges. They don't live in reaction. You can get stuck in the crazy cycle of reactivity. And that reactivity puts you in a position where you can't lead at your highest potential, and your team cannot achieve at their highest potential either. And so it takes a coach to help get people thinking ahead, getting those steps, getting their 1, 2, 3 so they can get into success.